The Express reports a member of the French government requested the return of the Statue of Liberty, claiming America had lost its way and no longer represented what the statue was meant to symbolize. Raphael Glucksmann has been highly critical of President Donald Trump and said, we're going to say to the Americans who have chosen to side with the tyrants, to the Americans who fired researchers for demanding scientific freedom, we gave it to you as a gift, but apparently you despise it, so it'll be just fine here at home. So he wants the Statue of Liberty back. Catherine Leavitt had a chance, the White House spokeswoman, had a chance to respond to this, and here's what she said.
Something different. There is now a member of the European Parliament from France who does not think the U.S. represents the values of the Statue of Liberty anymore. They want the Statue of Liberty back. So is President Trump going to send the Statue of Liberty back to France?
Absolutely not. And my advice to that unnamed low-level French politician would be to remind them that it's only because of the United States of America that the French are not speaking German right now. So they should be very grateful to our great country.
Yeah, here's an idea. I like her response. Let's, I'll make this deal. We give the Statue of Liberty back to France, but the deal is that we also give France back to Germany. I mean, if we're returning things back to their rightful owners, then let's make that deal. And also, France has to cover the shipping and handling for the Statue of Liberty. I have no idea. Shipping that UPS, I don't know what the cost of that's going to be, but it's going to be pretty substantial. Now, of course, when this dumb politician says that America no longer represents what the statue symbolizes, he's talking mainly about the poem on the statue. Like, what does the statue symbolize in his mind? Well, he's talking about the poem, right? And especially the part that says, give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free, the wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless, tempest-tossed to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door. Right, that's the poem. And the French politician actually quoted that poem when he was saying that we no longer stand by what the statue represents. And so clearly that's what he was referring to. And we hear this all the time. The Statue of Liberty poem is quoted all the time as though it represents some fundamental American value. But can we just say this about the poem? First of all, it wasn't even initially part of the Statue of Liberty. The statue was built in the 1870s and 1880s. The poem was added to the base of the statue in the early 1900s, like 1903, I think. And the poem is just a poem that somebody wrote. It's not a founding document. It's not the Constitution. It's not the Declaration of Independence. Some poet wrote it in the late 19th century, and it was then put on a plaque and added to the pedestal of the statue. The poem in no way represents any kind of core American value. It is the work of one woman named Emma Lazarus, and so the poem speaks to the core values of Emma Lazarus, not of the United States of America. Personally, if we could just be honest about it, I think the poem is pretty lame. I think it sucks. The poem sucks. Let's just be real. It's a mediocre, bad poem. It's not a great poem. So how about this? Let's take the poem off of the statue and send that to France. Now, they didn't write the poem. It wasn't originally on the statue, but if they want the statue back, so they didn't say what part of the statue. So let's take the poem off and ship them that. I mean, the shipping and handling on that's going to be a lot cheaper, I'll tell you that. So they can have that. Put it on the Eiffel Tower if you want. How about that? I mean, on a pure artistic level, it's a C+ poem at best. On its merits, judging the content, judging the message, it's an F- effort. I totally disagree with the sentiment of it's not un-American. Well, how could you disagree? It's a poem on the Statue of Liberty. I don't care. Some woman wrote it and just put it on the Statue of Liberty. That doesn't mean just because I'm American, I have to agree with it. It does not speak to any core value of this country at all. You know what? I don't want your tired, poor, homeless man. I don't want your wretched. What's the phrase exactly? The wretched refuse. I don't want the wretched refuse of any country. Why the hell would we want that? No, I do not want that. No, please keep your wretched refuse. I do not want them. We don't want them. Why would we want them? No. America is not an international homeless shelter. It's not. So, and nobody ever thought of America as an international homeless shelter until that dumb poem was added to the Statue of Liberty. That stupid, awful poem. We are a country. We are a nation. We are allowed to prioritize our own well-being. We are allowed to care more about our own people than about the huddled homeless masses and wretched refuse of third world immigrants. Every other country does. They either prioritize their own people or they cease to exist. France has basically ceased to exist as a nation. France is not a country anymore. It doesn't exist. It's not a real country. France is not a real country. France is a cesspool. France is I would never go there. I had no interest in ever visiting France because of what it's become. Why would I ever want to go there? To that dirty, filthy cesspool of a country. That's what it's become. That's what it's allowed itself to become. And we don't want to be that. So France is dead, and France wants us to be dead just like them. No, we are a country. And we do not, it is actually suicidally insane to have as any kind of national slogan that, we'll take all your worst people. Bring us all your worst people by the boatload constantly. Please send us the worst people that you have in a never-ending stream eternally. No, that is the slogan of a nation that wants to die. It's not our slogan. It never was our slogan. So get rid of the poem, send it to France, let them have it. I had a new poem that I composed as a replacement, and I would submit this as a replacement once we get rid of the Emma Lazarus poem. Here's my poem. I just composed it. You want to hear it? You didn't know that I was a poet, but I am. It goes, roses are red, violets are blue. America is closed. We don't want you. And put that on the Statue of Liberty. How about that? And put that poem down engrave it onto the border wall in every 10 feet. I think it's a beautiful poem, personally. If you'd like to see what else I have to say, you can access my full show by going to dailywire.com or by going to the Matt Walsh Show Twitter page. Hope to see you there. Godspeed.